There needs to be 2 days added to the week, or 2 days of sleep added to the week, and 2 days of work and other stuff taken away, so rest can be achieved. What's going on, YouTube world? Michael, Steve, Dave, IRP 277. If you asked me what's going on in the card world,
I couldn't tell you.
I'm sure chicanery, nonsense, and grifting from the usual folks trying to pretend that they know stuff. But other than that, I think the only thing we all know for sure is like one card selling for a lot of money. And like we asked what last week or whenever we were on at whatever time we were on. Wonder if that was the case, if somebody bought it and well.
Yeah, a certain somebody down below mentioned it.
And like all of a sudden, boy, it pops up. And so talk about that a little bit. And I don't even know what cards came out.
Oh,
I have no idea what the latest scandal is. I truly just.
Hey, the only thing that I can tell you in the card world is this guy is working on opening his eBay store come June 1st. That's the only thing I can tell you in the card world. And no, folks, I'm not selling out. So don't even ask. I've mentioned it before. I've been, the kiddo and I have been opening a lot of Magic. I've been selling quite a lot of Magic. I still have quite a bit of Magic. And, I finally started using eBay standard envelope. I can't tell you how many videos I've watched just to kind of go with the best in practice. Within reason from a cost point perspective. Hey, Jeff. Because there's some people that, have more invested in some of their supplies. Not that it's super expensive. It's just one of those in which I plan on keeping my store open for a few months and then I'll put it on temporary hiatus. But and the only reason why I'm doing a store is because I can list more shit. Still for free, because right now the max I can do is 250 items for free, which again is a lot. But if you want to have more visibility, you want to put more shit. So I'm going to temporarily open a store for a few months.
Or if like you could make it with like 250 if you've got, and again, not saying your shit ain't good, but if you got like the creme de la creme.
Yeah, which is not. Like there's a lot of lower end stuff.
Yeah. So
Michael, you obviously were going to say something.
Well, I was going to say I sold something on eBay this past week, and it's the first time I've sold something on eBay, and I couldn't tell you how long. It's been a very long time.
Well, and I've early on, like there was some stuff I was doing auction because it was like brand new. So like just released, I'm listing cards on release day, playing into the hype, trying to get more for cards that maybe I wouldn't normally. And there was a guy who actually bought quite a bit from me. And he's like, have you considered doing eBay standard envelope? And I'm like, yeah, I'm really not sold on this shit. I haven't had bad experiences, but like I've had friends that have had bad experiences. Now, it has to be under $20. Like usually you're going to get your money back from the seller. The seller actually contacts eBay. They get their money back. Like they've really fixed a lot of that. So far so good. I haven't had any issues to this point. Knock on wood. But it's again, I've tried to focus on best in class as far as the best way to do it, and it seems to be working. I'm still struggling with certain listings and basically eating shipping because there's some things that I have listed that, although yes, I'm charging like $1.25 for shipping, and I charge an extra 25 cents per type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some of it's 5 cards each because it's basic lands. They're foil basic lands from certain sets. So there's 5 cards. Well, if you only buy one, then great. I'm actually making like 22 cents. So it covers my, my supplies and that type of stuff, right? But if they buy more than that, yeah, they may pay $2 or $2.25 in shipping. And it's like, yeah, I can't do that in a plain mod envelope. So then I have to put it in like a 300 count box, BCW box, and ship it via Ground Advantage at like $5.60 something cents.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing that I'm struggling with. And it's just like those type of things. Everything else, anybody's bought 2 cards, 3 cards, not a problem. So that I'm still tinkering with. But again, like there's going to be a lot of $1, $2, $3, $4 cards. And if I can have a storefront, hoping that if they find one thing, they get driven to the store and then they'll actually really look at other stuff. Even though in my listings it says, hey, please go check out my other listings. Obviously, some people do, other people don't. So I'm going to try a store for a bit and see what happens.
I check out sellers' other listings. If there's a card that catches my eye, I'm like, that's cool. I haven't seen one of those in a while. I will go look and see what else they're selling.
Well, and that's what I do. And I know that's what Dave probably does, and almost everybody else here does.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm willing to say that may be the case in certain situations, but part of me feels as though when I usually have about 40 active listings at a time. And it almost seems like any more than that, people aren't willing to take the time to actually really go see what else you're offering. And a lot of people in the TCG world ship for free. Great for them. They also are probably on an enterprise storefront, which they list thousands upon thousands of cards almost on a daily, and they have employees.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, good for you. Yeah. Ship your shit for free. Fine. No, I'm paying for my top loaders. I'm paying for my penny sleeves. I'm paying for my painter's tape. I'm paying for all this shit.
I've always done free shipping. However, I'm going, like, if I decide to sell more, almost everything I sell is going to go to eBay authentication if somebody buys it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stop sending priority to that. And I'm just going to charge people the Ground Advantage. That's going to be my shipping charge in order for me to send it to eBay. Yeah. Whereas whenever I mail anything to anybody, like that Emerald Flawless that I moved, I sent that FedEx next day, and that was $155.
but I understand the reason.
And it was for my peace of mind. Be
Yes.
like, I wanted to get there as quick as possible. The less people handling it, just get it there.
I get it.
So I did that, but I also was going to do that for the fabric of the game. And I was like, nah, they're gonna get the 2-day. Because he asked if I could send it, overnight, but he wasn't paying for the shipping.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll send it overnight, but
Yeah.
you're going to pay for it.
Yeah, and once I saw that it was gonna, because I was thinking that it was gonna be like $70-$80, maybe. But when when it was 155, I'm like, well, no, we'll just go with the cheaper option on that one, and he'll just have to deal with it. Because,
did you insure it though?
Oh yeah.
So
well, get this. This is something I found out. FedEx will only insure sports cards up to $1,000. They won't go higher than that.
How do they know what it is?
You have to tell them.
Oh, so then they've changed that.
They ask what it is, and if you try to be vague,
well, I find that interesting because, like, one, I have a FedEx account.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
two, it could be a difference of doing it in person as opposed to filling it out online and printing your labels.
Well, okay, because and on top of that, like, we have access to our FedEx account online to do return labels.
Okay.
And we have the option to put declared value in the event that, like, we wanted to like whatever value we need to put on the part.
Uh-huh.
But, like, we don't do that, all for the simple fact that the dumbass who renegotiated our contract with FedEx, we have no claim clause in our contract. So, yeah, why am I going to put declared value of $1,000 on something in the event that something happens? We can't file a claim and get the money back anyways.
Right.
So, and that's why I was like, that's interesting. Now, granted, I haven't shipped anything via like UPS or FedEx, card related, in a while.
And it's new. It's newer. I say that because whenever I was selling off my Clay Matthews collection in chunks to one guy, I saved up. He's like, I want all this stuff. And then he would just wait till he had all the money, and then he paid me for it. And I sent it, and it was like $4,500 worth. I was able to insure it for that.
Yeah.
And this time they're like, we stop at 1,000. And I'm sure it's because of theft.
Oh, 100%.
Because I've seen so many people get stuff stolen through FedEx.
Yeah.
And
it happens through the Postal Service. It happens through UPS. Yeah. It probably happens through DHL.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, let's face it, like, we all understand that the hobby is still booming. There's still a shit ton of money in cards.
Yeah.
I'm
surprised that the eBay stuff doesn't get stolen more after it goes through authentication, because the boxes are all the same.
Right.
And if you're a collector and you work for the Postal Service or FedEx, whoever it may be, you're going to recognize them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're also going to recognize the name or the address.
Well, the address, maybe the names on the stuff, you will have no clue that it's eBay whatsoever, because technically it's not eBay. It's their third-party authenticator.
It's the authentication. Yeah.
Yeah. And they don't put on there like PSA or anything like that. It's random shit.
But again, like, address.
Yeah. Yeah. You can
it's coming from the same address.
Yeah. You're like, man, I'm delivering all these packages. What do you guys do?
Yeah. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And why, like, I'm picking up all these, like, what the fuck? Like, this one's insured for X amount, like,
Well, and I've stated it multiple times. That's one of the things I absolutely hate about the Postal Service is they put how much it costs to ship that package on the outside in huge It's the biggest part of the label is how much it costs to ship it.
Yeah, but gonna fill you in on a great thing. And I'm
I know.
telling
You print your own, your label makers and all that stuff.
Well, and it saves so much stress.
Yeah.
Because you have the ability to refrain from putting the postage cost on the label.
Yeah.
Now, for like eBay standard shipping, eBay standard envelope, it prints it on there anyways, period. End of conversation. Like you can't remove it.
Right. It
And
says
part of
90.
that's-
What's it say? 98 cents or 99 cents or something?
It's 70. Is it 74? It's like 74, 103, and 132. I think. Yeah, because I know like 2 ounces is $1.03, 1 ounce is 74 cents. I haven't had any 3 ounces yet, but I think it's like $1.32.
Gotcha.
So again, it's cost effective, but there needs to be continuous changes and improvements along the way. Because like today, I get a notice that, hey, congratulations, you've been like your account has been enabled for eBay international shipping. Click here for more information. We've made it easier. You're more protected, blah, blah, blah. No, motherfucker, opt out.
Yeah.
I ship to the US, period. End of conversation. No offense, Canadians. Like, fuck off. Most of the stuff that I sell anyways wouldn't be really anything people would go for in Canada. Maybe a few magic cards. I'm sure that, that would be a thing. But even then, like I've done international shipping one time because somebody reached out via private message and was like, hey, I really want this. I'm in Finland. I'll split the cost, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, well, I went to the post office. And this, of course, is long before the whole, tariff shit. Well, fuck you too, Paul. I guess you'll get over it. That's why if I want to send something to Canada, I send it to Dave, and Dave sends it on to Canada.
Is this the year that Canada is finally going to win the championship in their own fucking sport?
I don't know who's playing.
Montreal still left.
I haven't been paying attention because Dallas lost in the first round.
Yeah, because Montreal knocked out Buffalo the other when Dave and I were on the phone the other night.
Yeah, Monday night. So yeah, it's Carolina, Montreal, Vegas, Colorado.
Yeah.
Vegas? God, I'm so sick and tired of Vegas too.
Correct.
Oh, no Edmonton?
Wow.
Fuck Edmonton.
Hey, guess what they did? They said, you know what, coach? Get out of here. You're fired now.
Yeah, they did.
Because the goaltending sucked. You're the reason.
Yeah.
It's like
how many number one picks are they going to get and still not win anything?
Well, at what point does McDavid say, you know what, guys? It's been nice, but it really hasn't.
I think Austin Matthews is at that point, isn't he? He's buried to leave Toronto.
Yeah, there could be a big shakeup. I don't know what will happen. But yeah, it's a lot of grumbly people.
Yeah.
Well, I can't speak too much, but there's a lot of grumbling coming out of my mouth when it comes to Dallas. Like they've been so close over the last few years. It's like, they forget how to play hockey at the most inopportune time. I don't get it.
Yeah, and then the Avs just were like a hot knife through butter against the Wild.
Minnesota.
They couldn't do anything. They couldn't stop anything. Christ, you score 6 goals in game 1 and you give up 9. I mean, this isn't 1986. So
No.
when that happened, I'm like, well, it's been nice, but
to get back to your international shipping thing with eBay, that was another thing I found out recently. When it comes to eBay authentication and it's an international buyer, if the card that's sold is over a certain value, eBay washes their hands of it and says, that's between you and the buyer. We're not dealing. It won't go through eBay authentication now. I think it's over. And it's not even like a crazy high number. You would think it's like 2,500 or 5,000. Once it hits one of those two, I can't remember which one it is, but if it sells for over that, eBay takes themselves out of the equation because they don't want to be responsible for the pack. Because that's how eBay international shipping works. Is we send it to your international hub, and then you're responsible for it from then on. They're not doing that with high value items.
Well, yeah, and I read all that shit, and I'm still like, yeah, I'm opting out. Like, no, I'm not doing this.
I moved a lot of cards.
And yes, if for anybody who cares, Dave and I are aware of what has been moved and what is going to be coming in. Wow. Wow on both fronts, like wow on what's going out the door, but also wow of what's coming back in.
Everything that went out is worth it compared to what's coming in for me.
Well, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, whether people agree with it or not, it's how I feel.
And guess what? Who gives a shit what anybody else thinks?
Yep.
They're your cards, it's your money, and hey.
And I put a lot of thinking into it, and I asked opinions of a handful of people. I wanted their feedback.
I didn't get asked any opinions.
Well, Dave didn't either. Dave got notified after the fact.
Correct.
Well, no. I take that back. When we talked in after hours last week, it was the fabric of the game. It was the fabric of the game, and it's like, hey, shoot your load, man. Just don't go stupid, but shoot your load and be like, hey, maybe you get lucky and somebody would have bid at that price. Now, on the flip side, it's like if you put it up for X and automatically somebody decides to buy it at that price, it's like, fuck. How much money did I miss out on?
Yeah. Well, I may have missed out on a few bucks on that card. I ended up selling it to the guy I told you I planned on selling it to, the guy who's building the set. I sold it to him for $1,750. I bought it a couple months ago for $450. I made $1,300 on it. I feel great.
It's not even that. Like that's because I think we said like 2,500 buy it now best offer.
Yeah,
and that was kind of at the higher threshold anyway. So not terrible off of what.
No, I mean because I knew if he didn't buy it, I knew a couple other people that would.
Mm-hmm.
For probably close to the same amount of money.
I might have been able to squeeze 2 out of it, but I want the buyer to feel good about it as well as me selling it.
I get it.
Not just because I would, you never know. There may be future deals involved with the same person. I want them to feel good about it, but also I don't want to try to squeeze every nickel out of it.
Yeah.
They agree to buy it. They get it. All their friends tell them they paid too much, or if they feel like they paid more than they wanted to, there's extra scrutiny on the condition. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
but on the flip side, like, let's be real. There is not a single fucking one of us that has ever not walked away from buying something and felt that we overpaid.
yeah,
So, like,
Yeah.
let's be real here.
Every time I
If-
buy Josh Johnson.
if somebody is going to take it to that extreme and hyper focus on condition type shit because they felt that they overpaid, well, then why didn't they freaking say, hey, would you take X? You know, they are just as much at fault of overpaying as the seller is for
Yeah.
charging too much. You know, and no, I'm not saying that that's what transpired, but
No.
at the end of the day, you're right. You want both aspects. You want it to be a good experience on both sides, because some of the stuff that you do have or may pick up again in the future, you may deal with the same person.
Yeah.
And
I'm that way as a buyer too. I don't try
right.
to, especially when you're dealing with cards that get to a certain price. I'm not arguing over $15 on a $500 purchase.
Well, I would hope not.
But there's people that do.
Oh, I know.
And they're so annoying, and I would rather just not sell to them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, yeah. Luckily, there was only one card that I still did good on it, but that was the Ultimate Inscriptions Duel of Farben Horning. I ended up selling it to a guy that was, he's a well-known guy on Instagram, and he doesn't pay friends and family to people he doesn't know, which perfectly fine with that.
I get it.
But he's like, because I told him, I said, this is what, I want for it. And he goes, well, with goods and services, that's above what I want to pay. I go, well, then we're kind of in an impasse then. And he goes, I could do friends and family. How do you feel about sending me the card first, then when I get it, pay you? And I was like, well, I'll have to think about that. I'm going to consider it. He goes, lots of people, I've done this with a lot of people. A lot of people don't mind. I go,
yes,
I understand.
That's great and wonderful,
well,
but they're not me.
Exactly. And what he said was, he goes, I've done this with a lot of people. Everything's gone great. He goes, I've got tons of vouchers on here. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I said, my name's good too. I said, you won't find anybody out here that's going to tell you anything other than I'm great to work with. I don't fuck people over.
Right. That's the thing. It's like, okay, that's great.
That's why I told him, I said,
who you are. I am who I am. Like,
yeah.
What's your point?
You're wanting me to put trust in you while you're basically saying you don't trust me.
Don't trust me.
100%. Back with that impasse. It's like,
yeah, and that's why I told him. So we did a goods and services deal, because I wasn't going to send it to him. I mean, not that I have any problem with that, but I want the money now.
Well,
because the whole reason I'm selling is to buy something else. So we ended up coming to an agreement. I still made money on the card from when I bought it originally, so it was fine. But man, it's amazing how much Paul Horning hurts trying to move that card. Because it's an awesome card. You got 2 Packer Hall of Famers with inscriptions on them. But if it only had Favre on it, I would have zero problem moving it.
Right.
It was getting somebody that was willing to buy it. And the reason he was interested in it is he's got a few other cards from that set. He said, I just picked this one up recently. He showed it to me, and it was Franco Harris and Richard Mendenhall. I'm like, gross. Why would you buy that?
That's
I mean, it had
that's
obviously it had the Immaculate Reception inscription on there. But I think Rashard Mendenhall said like first round pick or something like that. And I was like, I mean, Rashard Mendenhall is my favorite Pittsburgh Steeler of all time because he coughed up the ball when Clay smashed him in the Super Bowl. So I like Rashard Mendenhall.
yeah, but yeah, he's your favorite for other reasons.
Yeah.
Almost
But,
nefarious reasons.
Right.
But overall, it was moving all that stuff was a pretty easy ordeal. I mean, I didn't really start digging into it until Friday night, Saturday morning. And then by Monday, I was shipping everything out. And like I said, one went to the one I sold on eBay was the Silhouette.
Okay.
And I did well on that too. eBay will give me my money, once they get it, they'll release the funds.
Okay.
But I think I'm gonna clear like right around 1,025. I paid $300 for that card. That was a dumb deal that somebody threw up for 300 buy it now, and I didn't think I would get it. I purchased it, and I thought they would either cancel it because they didn't mean to put buy it now on it,
Right.
or they would cancel it because they have a bunch of people messaging and saying, "Hey, I know you sold this. I'll pay you more."
Mhm.
Right.
There are those dickheads,
Oh yeah.
but I got it,
Oh, yeah.
and so I did really good selling. It's very strange. My case is depleted over here. It's crazy how, because I'm used to the rows being stuffed full, and it's just not anymore. And it was odd flipping through them tonight, and that Flawless Emerald not being there because its slot was right in front of the NT Shield. I knew right where to grab, and it's no longer there. But that's okay. Once everything is, the waiting game is over and I get in the 2 cards I have coming, I'm going to be a very, very happy person.
Yeah, and until you move those down the road.
No, if I move them down the road, it's because I'm selling everything.
Mm-hmm.
The big one, there's no way that card's moving without me selling everything. Because if I come to a point where I'm going to sell that, it means something bad has happened.
Well, or something good.
Yeah, it could be something good.
Like a different location to live or something, and then it's like,
oh, yeah. Fuck real estate. I'm not buying anything in this market.
Yeah, I'd wait.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I tell you what, though, man, it's been a long time since I've sold like sports cards on eBay. One, because I refuse to deal with the dumb fuckery in the space and the bullshit excuses that you see, the demands of like, can you send close up high def pictures of all 4 corners of the front and back? Bitch, listen, I'm no greater, but go look at all my old fucking feedback as a seller. And I sell, it's near mint to mint. Mm-hmm. And if it's not, if there's any sort of discrepancy to that, it's notated. There's a little bit more whitening on said corner. But even then, even if there's a little whitening, it's still near mint to mint.
Brad told me the trick for selling sports cards on eBay now, especially anything that's going to higher value, so it's going to go to eBay authentication.
Okay,
they give you the conditions you can select. He said always select excellent, because the description for excellent is shows visible wear.
Okay, that's fair.
So, and that's what I did on the silhouette when I listed it, because Crown Royale is known for having shit corners and edges.
Chips. Yep, chips.
And surface as well, especially the back of them. So that card wasn't, I mean, the front visually gorgeous. The back of the card you could see, I mean, there is some surface scratches that would have come from being in the pack.
Right.
And and the corners aren't perfectly sharp. It's a black, the back of the card is matte black. It shows shit.
Right.
So that's what Brad said. He goes, the key for going through it, just lists everything in excellent, even if it's better than excellent. If it's not graded, that's the one to select, because there's really no arguing that definition. Like, well, yeah, of course.
Unless it's creased. Like, unless it's creased or like.
Right. Yeah.
But it
a
gives
major
you
dinged
wiggle
corner.
room.
It
But
gives you wiggle room. Makes sense.
Each listing I made on eBay, I added 10 photos. Front, back,
Corner.
and then every corner, front and back.
Yeah.
That way there was no, hey, can you send me some more pictures? No, every picture's there. The card is covered.
Well, and like, I never sold high dollar shit on eBay because I didn't have high dollar shit. My high dollar shit was my PC.
Right. Your TD stuff. That's
So, a lot of what I would end up moving is, $30, $40 and under.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure a lot of people would be looking for shit that they can grade and, make more money on it. And, I stumbled across something. I don't know if it was on Instagram, a YouTube short. I don't remember. But like, it was something along the lines of, beware of buying raw cards on eBay. And I'm like,
what do you mean beware?
I'm like, interesting choice of words. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Let's hear this out. And valid claim, but like, I think it's kind of a stretch and overreaching and quite broad that people who sell raw cards on eBay, it's because they're the lower tier of the grade options and they wouldn't grade a 10.
Yeah.
That's why they're listing it as ungraded on eBay. Well, that's not all true.
Yeah.
It's not. From a Magic perspective, because all the stuff that I have is pack fresh, which is why they're listed as near mint to mint, aka pack fresh, because they are. Now, when it comes to Magic, you still run the risk of having certain things that may or may not happen within the packaging. But it's usually their issues are quite noticeable. Like there's crimps or there's major discoloration because like somehow the ink didn't actually like they're usually noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as
the centering's really easy to tell on Magic and on Pokemon. You can see it because the back of the cards are exactly the same on every card.
Yep. And like I have one card it's technically off center. You can see it in the picture. Like I do a lot of stock photos or I still photos from other people. Because like if it's $10, $15, $20, I'm not taking pictures of all this shit. I'm not. $50, $60 and more. Yeah, I'm taking pictures.
Yeah.
So like it's a borderless showcase card. It's a super shredder. It's a pretty card.
Mm-hmm.
It's off center. You can see it in the picture. But guess what? It's still listed as pack fresh because it's still pack fresh.
Yeah. The centering was not affected by the packaging.
Correct. So like, here's the card. This is the like you are bidding on the card. Like, how can I be any more specific here?
Right.
The thing I hate when sellers, if you've got like a serial numbered card, and again, if it's something numbered like 100 or less, 250 or less, as you guys at points, Steve, I think you've been one to say that you don't really give a shit about it. But when it's like the jersey number,
Oh yeah,
again,
my personal, yes, you're right.
if it's
I'm
like
not going to pay more for it.
and I'm not, I won't say I'd pay more, but I'm more apt if there are two cards, one's $7.50, one's $6. If the one that's $7.50 is 55 or 86 or whatever out of whatever number the player is,
That's
I'm
reasonable.
I'm like, fuck it. It's $1.50. Again, yes, you can sit there and say, well, if you bought 50, 100 cards, yeah, that adds up. I'm not going to buy 100 cards that are jersey numbered for $1.50 more at every purchase. And that's like, no.
Well,
But you
that's
have
not going to
some of these
happen
guys-
anyways.
No.
So, like,
You have some of these guys that don't even show the back of a card numbered 100. I'm like,
nothing
I just
pisses
want
me
to
off
know.
more.
I just want to know. That's all it is. And like how you've got the ability. And it's not something I'm asking you to like.
I don't think eBay should allow people to sell sports cards that are raw without showing a front and back pic. I think there's a 2-picture minimum. You got to show the front of the item and the back of the item.
well, like technically you can't list anything on eBay without a photo. The thing
Right.
is though is there's stock photos on some cards.
Oh yeah.
From multiple, like whether it be TCG, Magic, Pokemon, sports. So like there are stock photos that you can select from. And if not even that, you can go save an image off of somebody else's listing and use it.
You could, but
So now
the serial
again,
numbered stuff.
I 100% I do not disagree at all.
Yeah.
Because like Dave, like I just want to know.
And sometimes you get like the front door, back door from our era.
Correct.
And it's like numbered to 24. And I'm like,
That's not numbered to 24.
okay, I know where it's at on the back, but if I can't see the back, and then if you don't answer the question, I say, hey, just what's the serial number? Well,
Yeah, if they
24.
in the listing they don't say it's number 18 out of 24, they just do /24. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, are you saying that this one's actually serial numbered, or are you just saying that's the print run on it because it's a backdoor bankruptcy copy?
Yeah, stated print run. Yep.
Yeah. So again, it'd be so much easier. Like with Northcutt, I'll buy 8 or 86 because 8's the college jersey, and I'm like, I'll pay for that because I don't care. I'll pay the couple bucks more, or if it's something I'm like, I've got several of these that I really, 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 really like. But again, if I can add one of those, it's like I will. And some people don't give a shit, and that's fine. But again, why would you? When the ability is there and you're not, it's another extra whatever second to 2 seconds to take a picture, maybe 5 tops to get it centered or whatever. But most people do scanning anyway, so it's. I don't know. I just sit there and I shake my head where I could never.
I'm going to play devil's advocate, as you know I love to do.
Yes, you do.
For a small-time seller, there is no excuse. There really isn't. Hence the reason why I stay away from sports cards, because back in the day when I did sell sports, I scanned everything. I scanned 4 cards at a time, and then I cropped them.
Mm-hmm.
And then like uploaded it to every listing. Now, I did not post any back pictures for serial number, but all my listings in the title said XX of XX, and then I also had it in the description. So like there was no doubt that this is the serial number you were getting. And I never had any issues because I specified this is the serial number that you're getting.
Yeah.
So again, not that I wouldn't change that thought process if I decided to start selling sports again. But a small time seller, they have made it pretty easy if you're taking a picture on your phone, because like you can upload like you can create a listing from your phone.
Yeah, I do. I did all mine on my phone. I didn't do it.
And it's super simple.
Yes.
And like if you're doing a listing on a computer and your pictures are on your phone, you click a button that says upload from phone.
Yep.
And as long as you have the eBay app on your phone, guess what? It sends you a notification and you can upload the picture from your phone to said listing.
Yep.
Great freaking like interfaces like that. They have
not just that,
and improved a lot of shit.
when you go to list stuff now, AI is a giant part of it.
Yes, but those AI listing descriptions, oh my God.
They're hilariously bad. And I didn't use them.
I know you.
But I'm saying when you upload because whenever you say I'm going to sell an item, it says, okay, first thing you need to do is upload a picture.
Mm-hmm.
You upload the picture, the AI looks at that card, or looks at the photos that you upload, looks at it, and then they come up with the listing title. And I edited every single one of them because they don't put like jersey number in the title and stuff like that. But other than that, they nail what the card is.
Right.
They're like, oh, this is a 2009 Upper Deck Ultimate Collection, Ultimate Shout Out Clay Matthews rookie card numbered 1 out of 5. And then if there was enough character space available, it put the card number on it. And it's like, well, yeah, there's that part was interesting. But like I said, I edited all of them and I wrote my own description. Which essentially is up for sale is, and then I just put out the whole name of the card again. And that's what I use for the description.
Well, I actually have like my listing description in a Word file
because
I have two different variations.
Okay.
And I just copy and fucking paste. And it's also to the point of where it's card and then in parentheses an S. So like it could be you're bidding or buying cards or you're bidding or buying a card.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's simply like if it's just one, I remove the parentheses and the S. Now, if I was smart, I'd actually create templates. And then I just click a button and choose my template and boom, there's the fucking description. And I do the same thing.
With you starting a store, you probably will.
Most likely. So like I'm learning different things. Like hell, when I sold way back when, I had it was eBay Turbo Lister, and that's not even a thing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But like you could save your templates, and all you would have to do is like change your title, part of your description, upload your picture. If you were doing all auctions, and you started all your auctions at 99 cents, like that was literally all you had to do.
Yep.
And you could list, 100 items in a matter of seconds. Now, they have the same sort of tools. They have a bulk upload tool. Like they still have some of that shit, but I haven't bothered to play around with it enough because I'm not there quite yet. But they make it fairly easy.
Uh-huh.
And, back in the old days, like you really had to do the research. Okay, what does some of this shit sell for? To make the determination of what you wanted to do.
Yeah. And
a lot of the time now, it tells you like average, like normally it's roughly this price and how many people charge or like how many people do free shipping or the percentage of free shipping.
That was one of the things that AI also did was they put the value in there.
Yeah, sometimes it's way off.
I'm like, oh, hell no. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, It was for, let me see. Oops. I think it was, well, the ultimate shout out, I know they had it for like $49.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
And
there's
then,
some shit that's way off.
but I think the silhouette was like that too. Like they had the silhouette at like $125.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Hell,
what?
I had some basic land card or something, and I don't even know how in the hell it pulled the information. $249. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you are way off.
It's always like, are you willing to buy it for that? Because I'll sell it to you right now.
Right? And then I'm like, okay, is there something special with this? And I just don't realize it, or is there just something in the title is confusing the AI?
Some kind of glitch in it.
Yeah. And I'm just like, so again, like the shits, I don't ever really pay attention to any of it. I still do my due diligence. I still do my research because, again, in the TCG world, a lot of people offer free shipping. And they're probably selling 100 cards a day.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever. So like if something sells for $5.99 free shipping, well, guess what I list mine for? $4.99, buy it now, best offer, $1.25 shipping. So I'm still close.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, back in the day, like whenever I would sell on eBay, I always did free shipping. That way I didn't have to argue with people being stupid or people asking me to send like a higher value card in a PWE. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, but you
They're
also
like, I don't want, they're like, I think $5 is too much. I'm like, but it's not.
No, it's not.
Well,
and
because
that's
back then it was like what, a bubble mailer up to like so many ounces. It was like $3.95 for standard shipping, and then like I said, you got the cost of the bubble mailer, you got the penny sleeve top loader, team bag,
yeah,
all the stuff. Yeah, and by the time you got it all done, the $5 would basically cover you. And 100%. They didn't want to pay it. They're like, well, just send it in a PWE. I'm like, that's not an option. I never mailed anything in a PWE.
Well, and with what you used to sell, it would make sense to do free shipping because a lot of what you were selling was higher valued stuff.
Right.
So like my higher valued stuff, if I have it currently, if it's, what do I have it? Anything that's like $75 or more, and it's buy it now, best offer, I offer free shipping.
Yeah.
And
there's strategy in that, because if I'm wanting $25 more than what they're wanting to pay, if I'm charging, $6 or $7 for shipping, they're going to be a little more hesitant on that. But if it's free shipping, they're like, fuck it, I'll just pay the extra $25.
Yeah.
If they don't have to factor in shipping, they're more apt to offer more or pay more. And it was a lot. And then, back in those days, it was a lot easier because you didn't have to pay sales tax.
Correct. That's the part that really sucks nowadays.
Yep. And it took, Missouri was one of the last holdouts. People were paying sales tax on everything like 2 years before I ever had to. And then when it finally hit, it definitely changed the way I made offers, because now I got to figure that in.
Yep. So, Paul, I'm pretty sure we talked about this when this first was announced. I don't fully understand though when it applies and when it doesn't.
Yeah, the extended bidding, I don't understand. I don't know it either.
Because, and this is coming from I was selling stuff on auction when I first started selling stuff again. Everything was via auction. And I didn't notice any additional quote unquote time being added when a bid came in kind of at the last minute.
Mm-hmm.
Nor, now granted, I haven't bid on a whole lot of stuff, but I did bid on something, I don't know, maybe a month ago or something. I fucking lost. Go figure. But I bid in the last few seconds and somebody else did too, and they beat my max bid. So, of course, they won. There was no extended time.
I haven't
It's still
ran
ended.
into it yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know how it applies or where it applies.
Yeah.
Is it based on value? Is it based on certain high valued sellers? Like, I don't fucking know.
One thing
I
I've
don't
never
know.
understood, with the auction houses and everything, Golden and Heritage and whoever it may be, when they will literally advertise on there 7 hours until extended bidding.
You're right.
I'm like, then why do you have the ending time in 7 hours?
Right.
Why not just, because I'm assuming extended bidding goes as long as people are making bids. So there's a chance where it could go for, 12 hours after it was supposed to end the original time, because every time somebody bids, it starts the clock like 3 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever it may be. It just, it got down to 1 second. I bid. The clock goes back to 3 minutes and starts counting down again. I don't know if
I think there's a cap.
Is there? Well, I guess there would have to be. Otherwise, there would be certain times where shit just wouldn't end.
Well, and again, it's an assumption because I'm like, I that's the same way I think, right? If you allow extended bidding, if you have 2 or 3 people who just aren't willing to give up, and it almost seems like the auction houses, like their bidding system is weird. Like, my max bid is 100 grand. I should still, like, the shit should still continue to, like, it's weird. I almost feel as though, like, sometimes a max bid is not an option, it seems, which is really odd.
No, well, at live auctions, it isn't. Like whenever you're at something, you got your paddle or whatever. What if it's at $3,000 and you say, I'm willing to go up to 10. There is no, I'm willing to go up to 10,000. If you make
that I
$10,000
understand.
bid.
That I understand.
It's weird that it transferred to like Golden auctions where
it's I bid X. I bid X. I bid up to like it's $1,000. Okay, yeah, I see your 1,000. I see your 1,000. Do I have 1,250? Do I have 1,250 up? 1,250 here? Like that's how I picture it.
Yeah.
For these auction houses. But then extended bidding, it's kind of like it would kind of be the same thing. But I want to say there has to be a cap. And it's been a long time since I've watched it, but I watched the first 2 seasons of The Golden Touch.
Yeah.
Because I was curious. And yes, it's a lot of fluff. It's a fluff piece. It really is.
Oh yeah.
Golden in his infinite, wisdom and, puffing out his chest with all these people that he knows and rolling around with security and $2 million in cash that he had to have cut from the fucking mint to buy the T206.
Right.
It's like, okay, like, come on, man. Like,
that's
really?
None of that's going that way. That shit's done with a wire transfer.
Yeah, but he did it.
I know.
He went and picked up $2 million in cash from the U.S. Mint.
Yeah.
That was just printed in 2 fucking duffel bags.
Yeah.
Well, it was actually more like rolling suitcases with like armed security to try and get this T206 off of this guy. Like, really? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Do you really have to bull up your chest that much? But anyways, there were certain situations. Yeah, you're right. Yes, he does.
Correct.
I have a 7-figure bank account and I live on 5 acres on a golf course. Well, good for you. Like, do you think that I actually care? No. Do you think most people actually care? No. Anyways, there are a few moments in time in which there would be a focal point of a big card that they bring in kind of, and it's more, they call it auctions, but it's fucking consignment. Let's call it actually what it is. It's fucking consignment.
Yep.
Because if it wasn't consignment, then they wouldn't get the percentage that they do.
Yeah. They're getting 20% from the buyer and 20% from the seller.
So like it's consignment. Let's just call it what it is, folks. And this is all of them. All your big auction houses.
Yeah.
It's all on consignment. They just don't advertise it as such. There are some that do, which more power to them because that's what it is. But they're also more black and white and they're just honest, straight up good people. But I digress. Anyways.
There's not a single good person involved with the Golden team. They are my Alicia and I watched the first. Has there been 3 seasons?
I think they just did the third. It's third or fourth.
Yeah, we watched the first 2.
Yeah, and so did I.
And
I don't have Netflix anymore, so I haven't watched the other one.
Yeah, we watched the first 2, and it was basically just us going, these are like the most unlikable people ever. They're all just sleazeballs.
But they would focus on certain cards, and they would sit there. You know, this card would be like a game changer for this.
Oh yeah,
married couple or this. You know, and like they still include some of the feel good pieces in there.
Oh yeah,
and they would sit there and watch it through extended bidding.
Yeah,
and you know, the only thing that you don't have is how much time has passed between when extended bidding starts and when it ends.
Yeah, you don't get the details.
So, like, all you see is it goes to this, and then you'll see it change, a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the dramatic music as it counts down to 0, and here's the final price.
Yeah, I remember when they did the Steph Curry Gold Refractor rookie card.
Yep.
And they ended up grading a 9, I think, because they took it in raw to get it graded before they would sell it. And I think it graded a 9. And they promised the world to them. And whenever they realized it wasn't going to get the big lofty number, I mean, it got an incredible number, but it didn't get the big lofty ones they were talking about. They didn't take the commission.
Yes.
They let the owner keep the money. There was no seller's premium, but there was a buyer's premium. The buyer still paid the premium, but they didn't take a cut from the seller.
Yeah, but again, like another opportunity for a feel-good piece that, like, this is, and hence the reason why they only deal with graded cards.
Yeah.
But, they're just as bad as other auction houses when, they're contacted for bad listings that have been proved to be falsified or faked or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them take action.
Yep.
I will give them that. A lot of them take action. But I know this has been a while. I want to say there was one big one that transpired, I want to say, with Golden.
Yeah.
And they initially took it down. And then once they started like investigating more, they got letters from Beckett and PSA to legitimize that, this actually is correct. And
they're pulling strings to try to I know exactly. I remember when that all went down, and it's happened recently. I don't know. I don't remember if it was on Facebook or if it was on Instagram where somebody reached out to Golden and said, "You've got a counterfeit on your hands. That is not real." It happened to be with it was a Game Used Jordan jersey, is what it was. It's what it was being advertised as, and I think it was somebody that had owned it prior or was looking at buying it. And when they did their research and everything, they could not get anybody to sign off on it because they use like Me Gray or any of those like photo matching people. Nobody would sign off on it because they could not find a definitive answer. And then Golden's selling it as Game Used, and they're like, you need to pull this shit down because any paperwork you have is bullshit.
Right.
And then Golden also went through that with one of the Paul brothers with the piece of the floor from the Chicago Bulls. Was it the United Center? Is that where the Bulls played? Where did the Bulls play?
Well, one was Chicago Stadium, and then United Center.
Yeah, it was. I think it was being sold as like the Last Dance floor. I think it was in 1998. It was a big, giant piece of the floor, and Jordan had signed it. But whenever they were it had been purchased, I think it was Jake Paul had purchased it, and whenever they went to take delivery and everything of it, they got a real up close look at all the detail and everything. They're like, man, we cannot. This does not look like the floor that was supposedly tore up. It just didn't. It didn't look right. So I know they had a big button heads, and I'm sure it got worked out, but I don't know if Paul ever ended up buying it because it was a stupid amount of money,
right?
And just didn't feel good about it.
Well, and if I had stupid money, like, and this is just me. This is just me talking. But if I had stupid money, there would still be limitation on what risks I would be willing to take in some sort of memorabilia.
Yeah.
Because we all know that even some of the big names, they've made mistakes. Nothing is 100% definitive.
No.
And, we take shit for granted because certain authenticators or authentication companies have high percentage success rates. And we take that for granted because we automatically assume that if it's authenticated by them, it should still be good.
Yeah.
And then we find out that, we had counterfeit authentication from some of those companies too.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody figured out how to counterfeit the authentication, the COAs and everything else. And it's like, oh shit.
Well, there's a big one in the Game Used memorabilia, and it comes up every, year or so, and it's the NFL Game Used jersey group. Somebody owned Strahan's Super Bowl jersey, the one he wore in the game.
Wow.
Strahan claims he has it.
Interesting.
It's a big deal because you see the one that this guy owns, and it sure as shit matches all the damage and wear. It's photo matched. I mean, you can see it. You can see the stains. You can see the hit marks, everything. And either somebody recreated the most perfect photo match ever, or somebody snaked Strahan's jersey and gave him a different one.
Yep.
And that's likely what has happened in this case, because the amount, I don't think you could recreate it, because that jersey was hammered big time.
Right.
And that's a very controversial jersey in the game used world. It was the Strahan Super Bowl jersey.
So our guest has arrived.
Oh,
We were beginning to wonder if he was going to make an appearance. Are you ready, sir?
And it's
Oh,
spaghetti.
Jesus Christ. I should have known that's what he was going to fucking do. Without further ado, our good friend, Mr. Ryan Bannister.
Why am I paused? Can you guys see
You're
me?
not?
yeah,
We see
you're not
you.
paused.
I can't see me. I feel like John Cena right now. It's literally a blank screen on my end, so I have no idea what I'm looking at.
Okay, well, we see you and we hear you.
Okay, well, as long as you can hear me, great. But I can't see anything. Okay, we're good. I'm here. I'm sorry. I want to make sure my kids fell asleep before I hopped on.
Yeah, you sound like shit too.
I'm just tired. It's just day after day, 3 kids wearing me down. You know how that goes. So
Well, no, I wouldn't, because I only had 2. So
okay, well then you don't know how it goes. So yeah, it's yeah, man. I'm here. How you guys doing?
Doing good. You?
good.
Good. Yeah, great. Plugging away, man, just day by day. But no,
Little
thanks
bit.
for having me on, guys. I appreciate it.
A little bit less in the pocketbook.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. I bought another card today. I probably shouldn't have, but I did. So
But it was cool.
it was. Michael knows what it is.
Yes, he told us. He told us
Yeah.
about it.
Wasn't my vision and plan, but it just kind of was thrown on my lap. I was tagged, and rest is history. That guy's flying to me next week to bring me the card, so that's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I was really weird. I feel like you guys can see I literally am a black screen on my end, so it's just weird. I can't see anything. So it's just like it's just straight black. I have no idea what to make of this. I've never had this before, so I really feel like John Cena right now.
Well, again, just know we can see you.
I know. That's good.
So-
As long as you can see me, if it goes away, then I don't know what to tell you. So yeah,
Well,
thanks
and
for having me on.
Hopefully you can see us.
I can see all 3 of you. I just
Okay,
can't see
well,
me like
that
John
works.
Cena. So
Huh.
yeah, what's going on?
Well, I'm going to defer this to Dave because obviously he had somewhat had a conversation with you and asked if you wanted to come on. And so, Dave.
I'll ask the question that some may know, some may not. You make any decent sized purchases lately for the PC?
Just a few, and Dallas didn't help this past weekend doing a quick little one-night trip. Sorry, Steve, I would have told you, but it was in and out. It was a quick one. So
I read your post. No, I read your post because initially when I saw it, I'm like, you motherfucker. And then I actually read your post and I'm like, okay, you get a pass. You get a pass.
Yeah, from the moment I mapped it out, from the moment I stepped foot in my hotel Thursday to the moment I left, I was there for 28 hours. And I slept for 6 of them. So I was pretty productive the entire time I was there. So I did pick up some stuff there as well. But yes, I guess we're on here talking about a certain particular card, not the one I bought today, which is already brought up. But yes, the card that I guess was going up against a NBA player, which was unexpected. But yeah, so here we are. What's that?
Meow, you're going against possibly a cat.
Yeah, yes, possibly a cat. Yes, with the K. Yes, so that was unexpected, but yeah, it was a full circle moment, and I'm excited to say that the Eagle has landed. It has arrived today. It is here. So the story comes complete, and now from the moment he signed it, it went who knows where and product wise, and got pulled in Oregon, and then had to go from Oregon to Massachusetts. Well, Oregon to eBay authentication to Massachusetts, then back to Missouri. So, but yeah, I guess we're here to talk about that particular card. So, Dave, what questions do you have for me, buddy?
Well, and this we talked about a little again last week, the week before, whatever the sale was, and we were speculating like right away, like, was Ryan the guy, or did he buy it? And it's like that's I'd say, and again, this isn't a knock on you ever because we love you. We're gonna love you to the end. Wrap our heads around the money or the number, just because again that I I never can live in the moment of like now where you are. I know you're insanely successful. I still go back to you and Neil peddling mystery packs with full parking. That's just the stuff that I mean I don't want to say we grew up on it because we weren't kids. We were fucking late 20s, early 30s. So that's the stuff I'm like I look at that getting hyped for like a Randy Moss patch auto, like you never thought you'd have that. Now we're just like we're in some alternate universe.
It really is. It feels that way. That's a good way to sum it up. Yes.
It's great, but I mean, just so many thoughts in my head, and it's never negative. It's just how
Okay.
you feel.
Hold on. That's not 100% true, Dave.
Me,
Because
I'm always
so Ryan, truth be told, and I don't know if we this was actually brought up on the show or if we actually talked about this in after hours. Dave was like, I wonder if we need to try and get the missus on and be like, is she aware? If we find
She's
out
aware.
that Ryan's the one that bought it, it's like we'll bring her on, Shannon on first, and have a conversation, and then slowly bring you on and be like, and I go, Dave, like, why would we want to pin that? Like, no, we can't do that. And
Yeah.
he's like, no, he's like, I would never do it. But, I'm going, Dave was a little devious with that thought process.
I mean, it's accurate. I mean, it is. No, she was fully aware. Basically, when it comes to my business and what I do, it's whatever decision I make, it's got a reason behind it. This one was one of those idiotic reasons, but it was a sentimental reason more than less. She was there for it when it went down. It happened when he signed it. She knew how much I was willing to bid, how much my max bid was, which we're not going to talk about, but it was a lot higher than what it went for. I'm grateful that it did not go anywhere near there, but I had full intention to make sure that this card was coming home to me. I was very hush publicly about the fact that it was signed in my presence. It was the only card he had signed for Topps that day. And it was done right there under my roof. Like in the video that Topps posted, you can hear me talk in the background. I'm talking to his wife, Kim, telling her that, hey, this card's going to break me, and this is going to be a record-setting card of your husband, by the way. And sure enough, it was. I didn't expect it to be the second most, reported second highest modern wrestling card sale in history next to the Rock Black. It was never something I intended for. But all I wanted to do is make sure it came home for me that I am a huge Randy Orton collector. So when you bring up my wife, whatever I paid for this, she'll probably get something down the road. But I mean, she's completely on board with what I do. I provide for our family. I work my ass off. I was going to tone it down a little bit, but let's just be honest. I work my ass off, and I'm here for my family. And if I want to, I have my toys. I don't collect cars. I collect cards. I don't really have any other hobby besides my family, my kids, and cards. And again, it's just a dream kind of scenario. I'm blessed to be where I'm at. Like you bring up the old mystery pack days, the traveling to shows across the country and selling dime cards, giving everything I have, spending every dollar I have. So thank you, Daniel. Appreciate it. But to be in the position I'm in now, I'm very blessed, and I was not losing this card, and rightfully so. When I beat out an NBA player, that was not on my bingo card. Let's be honest. And I think he was blown away by it. But I'm like, I didn't snipe bid you, buddy. My first bid was more than that. My second bid was to solidify that nobody was winning it. there was no sniping. That final bid came in 8 hours before it went off. So, but yeah, so here we are. It's full circle. It's come back to here and blown away. I did not expect it to go semi-card viral, I guess you could say. Did not expect Randy Orton to comment on it. I can talk about that a little bit in a minute. I'm sure you guys are eager to hear about. I don't know if you saw what he tweeted out. Are you familiar with what he tweeted out? Dave,
No,
might be.
no,
No, I'm not.
Basically, he tweeted out who I can actually just read it to you.
there you go. That works.
I'll just go to the actual direct source, which is Randy Orton's Twitter right here. And he commented on the sale and said, whoever bought this card should be entitled to the throwback gear I wore at WrestleMania 41.
Oh, boy.
Awesome.
So that was unexpected. This was tweeted out while I was recording Book to Last podcast last Tuesday. So again, prior to this was when Topps announced the sale. Karl Anthony Towns' name comes about. So here I am, just like happy I won the card, but then next thing you know, this is kind of trending in the card world, a wrestling card doing $42,100. However, it's crazy to say this. If you compare that to any other sport and type of caliber cards, that's nothing compared to what peanuts. Good word you use, especially basketball cards. So basketball is just ridiculous. We know
it's
that. And
all on its own.
We're all it's on its own island and nobody else can join. So, but I mean, for doing cards as long as I have, to have some of the cards I have in my collection, to know that I'm like, hey, I could buy this for this. Sure, is it worth that right now? Probably not. To me, it was worth whatever it took. Long term, I think we had a discussion about this week on the podcast was this is the only form of a technical logo man for wrestlers because there's no logo mans in wrestling. You can't really do logo. You have the debut patches now, which they launched this year in Topps Chrome, which was like Vakir, Solruka, Julian, a couple other people. And now you have these, which will be done at WrestleMania every year. They're supposed to be doing SummerSlam, but these are types of forms of quote unquote logo men and logo women in the wrestling space, which has never been done before. I think this kickstarts. Think about an 0304 Exquisite. If you had something like that, I'm not comparing this to 0304 Exquisite. Right. What I'm trying to do is take by doing this for so long in my mindset and knowing the education and everything I know about cards and putting it into why I believe in wrestling cards, why I invest in wrestling cards, what I see it as for the future. It is a worldwide phenomenon, quote unquote, entertainment sport watched by so many countries. It is just like basketball is watched by so many countries, just like soccer. Not as much. Baseball's watched. Obviously, football's growing, but I just think it's grossly undervalued compared to other sports. I love it. I'm passionate about it, and my job and my goal is to continue to grow the wrestling card community. So by buying this, by putting this quote unquote more on the map in the card world, was a win for the wrestling card collectors, wrestling cards. Obviously not, maybe things go up, but I think it puts and says, hey, wrestling cards are valuable. There is value in these. I clearly, when you go up against an NBA player who makes millions and millions and millions, I think it was 220 for 4 years he got. But when that's getting eyes on it, now we jump into the John Cena card where there's bounties out up to 110,000 now, which if this card goes public, it will break the Rock's record of 126,000 for the black. I guarantee it, but that's got to go to a public auction. I will tell you straight to your faces, I'm going to be in on bidding on this, and I'm not even a Cena guy. I know what that card represents. I know it is his last WrestleMania. It was where he won number 17. The only doubtful I have to the card are two things. A, it's streaky as hell, which I hate. B, he never wore this on his gear. It was on his towel that he brought out, but the never give up or whatever towel whatever he had. However, it is still what it is. It is the only WrestleMania patch he should have if he's fully retired. I hope they didn't put anything on his suit this year. That would make me pissed off. But that would, that's again.
That wouldn't surprise you though.
It would surprise me, but it would be like, hey, like he retired. It was the last Mania. It's like Lesnar retired at Mania. Oh wait, he's back. which by the way was awesome to see happen. And then obviously that went to shit on this past Monday. So yeah, I think that this has really sparked a lot to the wrestling card world, this sale going public. I think a lot of wrestling card collectors are very happy to see this and say, hey, wrestling cards are here to stay, blah, 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 whatever they think. But, you know, my passion is very strong for it. It's like the passion I used to have for collecting LeBrons and stuff like that. It's just, I still collect LeBrons. I have a couple very nice ones. I've kept some of the better ones. I just don't enjoy it as much as I used to. I just isn't for me. I'm at a different point in my life now where I used to watch a lot of basketball, but that's for my kids. Like my kids don't really want to sit there and watch basketball, but they will watch wrestling. Yep. They love wrestling. They want to hear wrestling songs. They want to wrestle. You know, so that's why I'm more into this space now than I was with basketball. Plus, basketball's up here, wrestling's down here. It's pretty cool to buy stuff down here, not up here. That's how I look at it. So, so yeah. Next question. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent about it, but I just want to get as much covered as I can.
So the question is, though, does Mr. Randy Orton know that you bought it yet?
Yes, he does. And he was made aware of it this past Thursday when he had to do signing here locally with Topps on some cards. And that person was like, hey, by the way, the person that won that card was Ryan, who owns the shop that you did the event at, that you signed in for the shop. And basically his response was like, no effing way, because I messaged him Wednesday last week. So apparently Randy Orton follows us on Twitter. I don't know if it was before or after the card buy. I think it was before because he went to our shop. I'm terrible at Twitter. We don't post a lot on Twitter. I'm more of Instagram. So I was like, screw it. He follows me. I'm like, I'm just going to throw him a message. So I threw him a message and I was just like, hey, just so you're aware, you know, obviously nobody's come forward yet. I'm just letting you know before I go public. I bought the card. I just want to again say thank you for taking the time to coming to Rip Night, being amazing to my family, my staff, my friends, and our customers. And I left it at that. And he responded back on Sunday and said, hey, I'm terrible at DMs or messages, whatever you want to call it. Here's my cell. So he gave me a cell number. So I threw him a text later that night. And this past Sunday, we text. He is now saved in my phone as Randy Orton. I will not show that or share that, but we did text.
I hope not. I hope not.
Yeah. I've already told people I'm not screenshotting anything.
It's, don't ask. Don't fucking ask.
I'll give you the basis of it. And again, we may never chat again. We may chat again. Who knows? But hey, I basically in a nutshell, he was just blown away that I bought it. He was like, congrats, man. That's effing crazy. You bought it. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I see Cats now put a bounty out for the Cena. And I explained to him a little bit. I sent him a screenshot of Card Ladder. And I was like, hey, just so you know, your card's now the number 2 ranked selling wrestling card of all time compared to this. And he's like, holy crap, what's this Rock Black? And then I went into telling him what the Rock Black was and how I was the runner-up for that years ago, that because of that, I wasn't going to lose this. And along the lines said something like, if I did get bid up on this card, you would be the highest selling card of all time. So just put the numbers in perspective. And he was like, dude, you're crazy, but I love it. I don't get it, but I respect it. And then he was like, we chatted a little bit in text. And then he said, so here's the deal. I promised out my gear to somebody, whoever bought it. And he's like, I'm kind of crazy for doing that, but regardless, the gear is yours. And I said, thank you. I appreciate that. However, you told kids and collectors at my trade night or whatever, hobby rip night, that you don't collect anything. You don't collect cards or collectibles, but your dad never never saved any of his gear, anything from his time. And because of that, you've saved everything your entire career. You keep everything. You keep it in tubs. I said, I appreciate it, but I wouldn't, from one collector to another, I wouldn't feel right accepting that from you. So I'm going to essentially respectfully decline. He was like, holy shit, thank you. I owe you one. And he said, seriously. And I basically responded back, you don't owe me nothing. Don't owe me shit is what I said to him.
Right. Well, no.
Conversation. I don't owe me shit. So again, that is awesome. So basically what I always wanted, since being a fan of Randy Orton for 20 years or whatever it is, hey, once I had the shop, I had the cutout stand tall thing in our old shop of Randy Orton that I got from like Slackers a long time ago. And that was of course. And then Shannon got this mural thing, whatever we got done, whatever she made. And my thing was like, hey, if Randy, be cool. Randy lives 15 minutes from my shop. Be cool to have him just one step in my shop. Well, Tops made that happen. Not only did he step in my shop, he spent 2 hours there. He was amazing. He signed for everybody. I got photos with him and my family. I got to share some of my collection with him. I got memories with him. And then, oh, by the way, he follows me on Twitter now, and he's saved in my phone, and I don't know if I'm saved in his phone. However, hopefully we can eventually chat again. I don't know. But I would think at this point he knows who I am, and I think that I'm sure he would remember me at this point, especially because I'm that one in a million person that would say, no, thank you, keep your gear, because anybody in their right mind, WrestleMania gear, that's worth a lot of money, which if I did take, I wouldn't sell, but would be like, gimme. And I was like, that's not why I reached out to you. The whole point was again, to thank you and just say, look, I just wanted this card. There's nothing to do with your gear. You tweeted that out. However, I'm going to respectfully decline. And I meant that. Like, I wasn't like, I didn't want to be like, oh, give me, I want it. Like, my head, like, that'd be awesome. But I'm like, no, man, like, he collects that stuff. Like, what if he's got Mania gear from every Mania he's ever been in saved, and then all of a sudden there's a missing gap?
One missing because
he gave it to me. I mean, I don't feel right to me. So yeah, I don't regret it either. That's what's crazy. Is like people are like, oh, you'll regret. Not really.
No. But see, here's the thing. People who say that though actually don't really know you.
True. That's a good point. Nobody's really said that. I'm just thinking, like, hypothetically, if anybody's like, oh, you're gonna, nobody's ever once said that. Everybody's told me.
Well, but I'm just saying, even, and it doesn't matter if anybody does, but if any, bottom line is, that's the issue that we continue to always have in this space. People will formulate opinions for whatever reason, good, bad, indifferent, about individuals or auction houses, card stores, breakers, whatever. But in certain situations, those formulated opinions are way off base because they don't actually know the individual.
Mm-hmm.
And as you were sitting there telling that story and he bringing it up, I'm sitting there going, like, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, Ryan's not going to take that.
No.
And even if he did, it's not like it would go anywhere.
Yeah.
You're not.
He'd wear it at Halloween.
Yeah.
my wife wanted to do, she said, if he gives you that gear, we got to do a post with who wore it better, Randy Orton wearing, you wearing. I'm like, that ain't happening. We know exactly who wore that better. So yeah, I mean, really, his gear is just his trunks and I guess knee pads. I don't even know. But yeah, it's, again, it was a cool opportunity, and I'm grateful to have that. I think I hope he thinks I'm not some crazy collector. He probably does finance spending the money on cards like that. I just don't think he understands the card. But I did like how Matt Cardona tweeted about it, and he said, I've been telling you all, collectibles are not just for kids. It's a real thing or something. And I'm like, that's awesome, because I love Matt Cardona. He's great. He's not into, well, he's now into collecting his wife, Chelsea Green's cards, but he's more into like wrestling figures and stuff like that. So, but no, it's crazy. It's been a wild, what have we got, like 8 days now? What was this, Wednesday, 9, 10, almost 10 days or whatever, that it's been a roller coaster. Obviously, from the moment that it hit eBay to where I decided halfway through that I was going to go heavy. So I hit up Mike, MC Sports Cards, Mike Hans, which you guys all know pretty well, you should know, and had him bid on it for me because he has a really big eBay account. And I know that once you get to a certain number to bid, you get vetted and you have to get approval. Granted, I probably could have, but I didn't feel like jumping through the hoops, and I didn't want to risk anything.
Yep.
So I think, honestly, if this would have went, and I mean this, if this would have went to a bigger, like a Fanatics or Golden or somebody, I think this would have went a lot more. You still have to get approval, but I think this car would have went a lot more. I think the eBay might have kept some people out that expected to bid last second. I think it prevented, I don't think there was any type of shield bidding going on with it, which was also my fear, but I was told because of this betting, people can't really shield bid unless they're locked in to buy at this point. So, so yeah, it's but it worked out because Mike paid for it, and then obviously I'm always got stuff. I'm always owed money from him on consignment. I could sign with him like every other week. So basically, in a sense way, I'm able to trade off stuff that doesn't do us any good, like singles I ship to an auction or higher end stuff that I put buy now best offer. But essentially, it's like a treating it like ComC in a way, but except I'm getting like kind of a cash advance, but really not because it's like instantly paid off. But very grateful that he was able to help me on that, and it was a big moment to share with my family. I told Shane I was so excited that I won it, and I was smiling. I already told people if this card went for 50 grand, I would have been thrilled. I thought it was going to go 75 minimum is my thought. So I'm very grateful that it didn't go haywire, even though some people think it did. But at the end of the day, it's
tomato. Like really,
yeah, tomato. Yeah. So.
And the good thing, we've all been in the boat of, and we talked about it a little earlier. Like, man, sometimes you're like, ugh, I'm happy I won whatever it was, but the final price was something like you're like, well, and that's the thing. You legitimately sound like, yeah, I would have went much higher.
That was.
And
fully prepared.
You're super stoked, even though the number to us, again, going back to you and Neil and grainy video and the little house and Colt and trying to sell us patches for number to 50 of like, I don't even know. I can't even think of any shitty running back for the Broncos. I mean, there's so many of them. Olandis Gary be like, wow. Like, come on, Steve.
He was good. He was good for a year.
Hey, he still rushed for 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
Again, so did nature on me. So anyway.
Yeah, but
you go back to that, and it's like, okay, it's just proud that you're easily in a place where that can happen, where you can add some kind of fucking massive card that has, as we've said, we love the stories behind cards where it's something actually fucking meaningful, not just like some BS nonsense. Like, well, I saw it in the Beckett and I was like, man, I need to get that. It's like, no, this card it didn't originate, but its signature originated.
Yeah.
And then again, of your favorite guy who, I love so dearly as an in-ring opponent or performer. I love my Randy Orton like you. I like him, but he. I respect it. I respect the book of work he's put together, and just to have you get it, and again the bits and pieces that have come out about it, and it's like that. Again, you don't think you're gonna be friends with somebody that's, I won't say has that kind of like hobby clout, but that's what it is. It's like you're in St. Louis, so you found Mark McGuire's bat and you're starting to walk down the street with it.
Yeah. That's a great analogy. I like that.
It's cool, and it's not to sound stupid, or I'm proud of you, man. That's fucking badass.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's hard to say something like that to a grown man without, it almost sounds condescending. And again, I'm not trying to take away from it, but like we're in the same boat. Like I can speak even for Michael because I know he shook his head. Like we're all proud of you and like what you have accomplished and what you guys continue to accomplish. And like Dave said, if you weren't known before, the shop and you are known now. So
good to put it.
That can only help you guys continue to grow and make improvements and changes for the positive, because I know we've mentioned it before. You are always trying to reinvent yourselves and trying to do things different and better. As a business from a customer service perspective, and yes, you've told us horror stories. You've even shared horror stories on the show. Like you're never going to please everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. And the minute anybody recognizes and realizes that you're not going to please everybody, you're better off.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, you try and please the 97, 98% of the people that you interact with or do business with. But this is only going to propel you guys potentially to the next level. And like Dave said, I can't be any more proud of you guys. You've worked hard, very hard, and it's well deserving. And y'all have remained humble throughout all of it.
Thank you.
So, and that says something.
I was just saying, this space, in this current space, that is insanely rare, where people do things the right way, treat people the right way, stay humble, stay kind. What is that? The Tim McGraw song. It's stay humble, stay kind, and that's you guys have done it.
Yep.
And again, you haven't let success get to your head. You haven't started to alter egos or just like the screaming and ranting and raving and to get attention. It's like, no, the business model, being true to our collecting roots, valuing every customer as a customer and whatever financial bracket they're in. That's not a lot of shops and not a lot of entities out there do what you guys have continued to do.
Well, and
thank you.
And let's be real. Us old school guys would never let him forget if he did turn into a dick.
Oh,
I hope you wouldn't let me do. I hope you wouldn't let me forget.
So I'm like, we not all of us make videos, but we're still in contact with a lot of them. So it wouldn't take much to be like, okay, now it's time to inundate Ryan and been like, hey, fucker.
Yeah, good point. No, that's valid. No, we try to keep the same approach, same mindset. Like we're still the same two guys that opened that shop in 2012, and just we're grinding to do what we can to get to the next level. When I want to grow organically, and I want to grow with a community. Obviously, I want to grow locally more than anything, but growing as a community between online and local is key. We're not going to open a second store that will not be RBI Crew 7 by Randy Orton at every pop-up shop or anything. I don't want more than one store because I want to make one store the best store I can make it for us. I'm not ever going to go out there and say we're the best hobby shop, we're the best this, we're the best that, which a lot of people go out and do, because nobody's perfect. I think what we have is something great, but I know a lot of great hobby shops across this country who are doing amazing things as well, and they're doing it kind of under the radar that should deserve more praise. And the ones that say out there that we're the best in the hobby are usually the ones far fucking from it. And I mean that. And it's up here and it's not in here anymore. And I've always tried to stay here, but I try to be wise in here. Plus, my wife and kids keep me very damn humble, and that's huge. And now I'm able to do things I've only dreamed of, a long time ago dreamed of. I've exceeded far and beyond, in my opinion, than I ever dreamed. But I always want to dream big. I always want to go, what can we do to be better? And the biggest thing is grow with the community, but grow with the team we have under us. Take care of the people under us. Don't let them lose a job. Make sure they have a career, not just a job, a career. I have part-timers that, again, they have either retired or they have full-time jobs, but I have full-time people who, again, to them, I want them to treat this as a career and a dream job, essentially. And I want to continue to grow there and take care of people. And that's key to me. So I'm just blessed to do the things I can do, make those business decisions, and not have to answer to anybody except my bank account, which, again, I pivot. I'm like, hey, I try. When most people are playing checkers, I'm playing chess, but you're 5 steps ahead, I'm 100 steps ahead. That's where my head goes. I always want to do what I can within my means, but also be ahead of anybody else. I'm sure I'm behind on certain aspects of the social media. I'm sure the content and this and that, but it's not what I'm about. Like, knowing that this card went card viral in a way, I'm sure I put myself out there to new clientele, but I also probably put myself out there to people to judge me and say, oh, look at this asshole buying a Rusty card for $42K. I've had some people reach out to people and be like, yeah, I'm sure I've got not enemies, but people don't care for me because they're like, oh, look at this guy. He's just buying somebody's salary on a card. And it's not about that to me. It's about I'm able to do that now, but I also put my business first, my family first, my staff first. I always put the most important things first in my life. And if I'm able to have a little fun and buy something like this, I don't know. I can't see if I'm holding it up correctly. I can't tell
You are.
because I can't see me.
You
Okay.
are.
You know, this is a grail card to me. This is a dream card. This is amazing. This card to me is like the centerpiece of my Orton collection now. And it was an almost meaningless match against Joe Henry. Dave knows about that. But at the end of the day, it was something that I got to witness. And how many people
Right.
could say that? And I'm like, I don't want somebody owning my memory. I want to own my memory. And I had to, I joined like 70 freaking case breaks on release day to hit this damn card with Randy Orton, and found out by 8 o'clock that night it was already on eBay. You know what that's like? It's like telling my kids all three kicked me in the nuts, because that's what it felt like
Right.
the second I saw it got hit on eBay. And but knowing that I was doing whatever I could to bring it home. So again, every card has a story, and this one really has a story to me. And this will never leave my collection unless I pass away and my family decides to sell the stuff. That's fine. If I'm in the grave, do whatever you got to do to do whatever. But as long as I'm alive, I'm going to cherish this card. I'm going to continue to collect Orton. After meeting him, I definitely have shifted my gears and said I'm still going to collect Rollins, but I'm going to stick to the one-on-ones that I want. And I'm going to move off everything else, because even though I already know that I will get to meet Rollins, because one of my good friends is friends with him, and he actually talks about my shop to Seth, or Kobe Lopez, whatever you want to call it. And he was like talking to me the other day. He came by and he was telling me, he's like, yeah, anytime in St. Louis, he's like, he basically knows you're a little further out. I'm going to make sure he comes and hangs out with you. And I'm like, cool. I want to get that opportunity. It doesn't have, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I would hate to then sell off all my Rollins and then one day get to meet him. And I'm like, this guy's also awesome too. I don't know why I didn't stop collecting him. You know, I'm a fan of him, you know, and, but it gets pricey. I mean, it's, you know, buying this card and then collecting all the other Orton ones. And now that I put myself out there, I'm sure I'm going to have to pay more now for cards, you know, but I started calling Jesse Chance, and she's like, well, you just cost yourself more money. I said, yeah, well, guess what? I just made our Orton collection worth more money. So if I'm dead, you can sell it all. You'll do a lot better now.
Right.
So congratulations.
And
you know?
at this point, they're not going to be very many that could even compete with that one. So going beyond it doesn't seem like that's going to be a thing.
There'll be the Mania patch next year, and then which I went there to Mania to watch him get number 15, and Jesus, that was he's clearly got to be hurt. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how the writing was on the wall that he was going to win 15, but shame on me for flying out there. But it was an amazing Mania moment to be out there with my family. But he'll have a SummerSlam. He competes at SummerSlam this year. I'm hearing they'll make a SummerSlam. So, but again, this is the first of its kind. It's the first generation. It's the first ever to be done in the wrestling space, which is cool. I mean, it's really cool, and I get to own it. And obviously, I've ripped several royalty cases right now, trying to just pull one of these. It'd be cool to say I pulled one, even if it was like one of the worst guys. Like, I hit one, I'm going to keep it, unless it was truly somebody I knew that collected them and that belonged with them. But these are awesome cards. They really are. On the back of it, it literally has the Fanatics authentication in the circle. Tells you a little bit about it. It's pretty cool. I can't see. Sorry, guys. I'm literally John Cena. I'm talking
you were good. You were good.
This patch card containing this card was worn by Randy Orton on April 20th, 2025 at WrestleMania 41. It has been authenticated under the auspices of the WWE Authentication Program. Topps guarantees the authenticity autographs appearing on this card. But it's really cool because this is how they used to game date stuff back in the early 2000s. Remember, on the back, they do that. And I love this. And it's got even like the serial number cert and everything to go with it. If you guys can see it, sorry. But it's just awesome. I mean, it's a piece of cardboard history, especially wrestling card history. And so here's my story, and sticking to it.
Well, that's the thing. You got excited for AP auto patches. You got excited for Randy Moss. I remember the first Jordan auto was the UNC Upper Deck. I think that might have been a LeBron one too.
Might have been,
It
yeah.
the stuff that, again, if people are pissed at you for the price, again, they don't know you. That's the issue. They just see a dollar number and then that's how they're going to judge you. Which, again, if that's the depth of where they are coming from, more than likely that's a person or people you shouldn't give a fuck about to begin with. I know you won't say it, but at the same time, if that's how you're going to judge somebody, eat a dick.
Well,
Well,
that's kind of what I was thinking though.
Look
What
at the beginning of the story? I remember. We all remember that first video from your first location, Florissant. And that you
Yeah.
want to talk about humble beginnings.
Michael was there day one.
Yeah.
Day
Well, I
one-ish.
wasn't there day one, but I was there
Oh,
shortly
sorry.
after.
So it
John
like
was
the
there day
weekend,
one.
sorry. Day one, yeah. You came in shortly after. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Well-
that was yeah. Humble beginnings is right.
what would make Ryan any different spending $42K than anybody else in the space that actually walks around as if like their shit doesn't stink? Why that's the one thing that wouldn't make sense to me, but I could also see it being an issue for whatever reason, and it shouldn't,
Yeah,
because
it
like
is-
you're a business owner. Like, you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner. You aren't any different than anybody else in this space that has a bigger following, for instance, and gets paid for views and content and sponsorships and everything else, who potentially would do the same thing. The only difference is they're going to make multiple videos about it and tout it until they're blue in the face, until they finally move it somewhere else. And then it's like,
What's the next toy?
Yes.
What could I show
it's
next?
yesterday's news.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is different. Yes, you're an entrepreneur. You spend a shit ton of money. You've been a fan of him for a long time. You've collected him for a long time. A lot of people know you've collected him. You're a collector, though, too. You're not just, this isn't just about a business venture for you. Yes, that is your life. That is how you pay the bills. But you still collect.
Yeah, and you gotta remember, for the record, Ryan Bannister did not buy this card. RPI Crew 7 bought this card. So there's two different things. Ryan Bannister, with his personal money, would not be buying a card like this. So I am blessed to have a business that can make these decisions and buy them as an asset, or anything you want to call it, or whatever my CPA wants to call it when I tell them, hey, I bought this card, file however the hell you want to call it, but it's in the business's name, you know? So, if people knew what I do day in and day out financially with the product and all the stuff between the manufacturer and distributors, it is mind-blowing and is disgusting the amount of money that it's just in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And I'm playing a game, and I don't enjoy wax. I don't. I'm good at it. I know it. I study the market. I am lucky to have a lot of following for it, a website that runs great, a team that ships out stuff ASAP, that takes care of everything. I'm very blessed with that too, but I don't enjoy it. I enjoy cards. I enjoy pricing $5 cards. I enjoy buying cards for my collection. I enjoy looking at cards. That is fun. That's why I try to go to Dallas or go to a show when I can, because I like looking at cards. I don't want to look at a box of cards. That's no fun to me. Now, one thing I'll tell you, if I have 100 boxes of the same, if I have 100 of the same box, I can price one of those, I'm done. But if I have 100 different cards, I'm going to price 100 different cards. So obviously, it's a challenge. But I use the profits that we do on wax, and I turn it into other assets that I invest into. And this is an investment. This will not go anywhere. It's different, but I do make those decisions day in and day out. I've been stashing for the National for almost a year, which, by the way, according to John 3 months ago, and now even more after this past week, Yates, he told me 3 months ago I was in better shape this time 3 months ago than I was that time last year for the National. And now it's even better. So we're going to have an even better selection this year, more cards, the right cards. So again, I am like going back to, I'm playing chess in so many ways. I'm up here in my head all the time, doing so many things. Like I don't play video games. I stopped playing video games years ago because I didn't enjoy, well, I love video games, they're fun, but they didn't make me any money. And that time I put into playing a game wasn't doing things here. So I'm studying. I'm absorbing things like a sponge. I cannot put this off. I shut this off when I watch a movie or a show. Like I just finished up. I literally, before I came on tonight, I had to finish the Boys series finale. I was like, that's my time to shut off, computer off, phone away, watching the Boys.
I have to wait till Friday when my wife can watch it with me.
There's
I want to watch it
all
now.
It was good. I mean, it was good. It sucks it's coming to an end, but I love the series. It was great. And I'm hearing now they're going to do like a prequel series with Soldier Boy, which is awesome because that character was amazing.
Yeah,
I think he really stole the show. But no, I tried it. Those are the ways that I shut off is watching that. I don't really watch a lot of sports anymore. Like I'll get on and see stats and stuff like that, or like WWE I'll watch, or I'll catch up on like highlights if I don't have time between sports. But I'm always turning always up here, and I'm always trying to do 10 things at once, man. It's challenging. I'm never going to get caught up, but doing things to better our business, to put me in a position to buy cards like this, to put me in a position to buy a Babe Ruth like I did today. And some guy actually messaged me, and he's like, "Are you just like secretly a millionaire?" And I just laughed out loud. I was like, "No." It's like, I'm not. Like I have a business. My business is pretty well up, and no, I'm not like that at all. Like I'm a little crazy. But when great cards come your way, sometimes you just gotta find ways to make it happen. Guy's flying to me. He wants cash. Okay, get the money out next week. I'm gonna move some assets in the next week to just call it a trade. It's not gonna be hard. I'll just move some other pieces around, And I mean, even if I pay him today, I still would have done that aftermath. But now I've got back to the drawing board. What can I take and move that for that number there to get this card now, and then I can look at it like that. So I look at things differently than most people. I think most people look at and just see the number for what like that card went for. I look at it as, well, look what I sold through MC Sports Cards to pay for that card. And if I put that list in front of you guys, you'd be like, okay, I don't even care for wrestling, but I would take that card over that crap over there. Like, I mean, it's not crap, but it's just like cards that don't do us any good because we buy so much volume, and we have to decide. And every day I'm like, siphoning. This goes here, and I'm siphoning things out, and those are decisions I make day in and day out. So I know we're talking about this card, but I'm trying to make my point why I'm able to buy stuff like this, why I'm able to make those decisions, because I put us in that position to do that, and money will bounce right back, because this thing is a roller coaster every day. Some days we have an amazing days we kind of know what the shop's going to be. We study that year in and year out. That's pretty consistent with the growth percentage. It's there. But a website, you could literally just out of nowhere, and it doesn't even have to reflect a release. You could just have this crazy day, and you're like, wow. And then you just go back to the reality the next day, like, okay, that was a mediocre day. And then the next day, what the hell's going on? And this is stuff that has been released for a year, 2, 3 years. This isn't the brand new hot stuff this week. So, we're doing it all, and it's challenging. It's tiring, but I work hard, so I play hard. And that may be going on vacations. That may be like we're going to the Lake of the Ozarks this weekend for a couple of days from Memorial Day. But I'm not really missing any work because I'm only going for 2 days. It was my weekend off. But work hard, play hard, and if I want to play hard by buying something like this and paying stupid number in people's eyes, I'm going to do it because I'm blessed and able to do that. So
I don't think it's playing hard and buying something stupid. It's like you're rewarding yourself for the fucking blood, sweat, and tears you put in, and your team has put in. That's the thing. It's not just like to play hard. I get that, like going to Lake of the Ozarks. You're in Missouri, so that's probably tornado time down there somewhere.
You're like, no.
But I mean, you like you said, this is your gambling, and we all know that you've done and continue to do, like you just said. You're not just sitting there and blindly oh, I'm gonna just throw money at this and hope that it sticks. No, you study trends, you study the ebbs and flows, like where things go. Like, hey, maybe in the shop something sells better than wherever else online if you've got something going. It's like maybe this sticks here, that doesn't go there. You're doing research that a lot of other people don't. They don't want to put the time, they don't want to put the thought process in. It's just like, hey, this is in, move it out. Well, do a little thinking before you just have the turnstile going. Your brain has always been that way, at least since we've known you. Maybe previously, again, you were watching Randy Orton and trying to be Randy Orton in the mid 2000s, but it's always you've always tried to be like one step ahead.
Well, yeah, be the smartest person in the room.
Yeah,
I'm not that smart. I just love cards and I'm good with
Yeah,
numbers.
don't downplay.
but yeah, but there's the humble. There's the humble.
Yeah, it's like,
Things. But like again, I still think back meeting Ryan and Neil for the first time in Houston. It's shop was pretty. Did you have no? You were pushing towards the shop. Because there would have been no way you could have been in Houston and had employees. Because back in those days, it was you and Neil.
Maybe I just closed the shop. No, I don't think. I think that was before we opened in 2012. It had to have been. Yeah, for sure. It was before
maybe 2010, 2011.
Might have been 2010, 2011. Yeah, because I traveled, so I came back home in fall of 2010 from my college town, and then I traveled the country for about a year and a half almost, and then we built it. So yeah, that's when I went to Houston. That would go out a lot, but I did go to shows back then. I would have like Neil run the store, or I would have like this guy Aaron run it for us, whatever. But back then, like nobody really came in. You weren't thinking about I don't know, not like customer service, but you really weren't thinking like goals and making days and stuff like that. You're just trying to keep the lights on to pay the rent, and that's why I was out doing shows, because I could generate more revenue that way. So,
well, and the only reason why I brought that up is being the smartest person in the room. That also includes who do you know that can get information around. Because like if it wasn't for Ryan, like I took 2 cards to Houston outside of the boxes that I took, the sealed boxes. I took 2 cards with me. One, the card shop wanted to try and sell and move. I know you got to remember this, Ryan. It was
vaguely,
the Jordan.
yeah.
It was the Jordan Bird out of Upper Deck College, like it was in their college. But on card autograph, dual autograph number to 5. And I had my quad auto that I got from Bubba Packs. So those were the 2 cards I took down there with me. To try and move. And I pulled him out. Ryan looked at him he's like, all right. He's like, come with me. And I'm like, okay. So like, we literally like walk this way, take a right, walk this way. And all of a sudden, like we stop at a table and Ryan kind of knocks on the glass and this guy looks up and he's like, hey, look. And he showed him the Jordan Bird card and literally walked away. And within a matter of 30 minutes, like here comes like somebody, and I don't even remember who I ended up selling it to, but coming over, he's like, hey, Ryan, where's the card? Ryan's like, what card? He's like, the Jordan. He's like, oh, he's got it. But in a matter of like literally 30 minutes, I sold the card I took for the shop and my quad auto. All because Ryan knew who to go show it in before long. It's like
back then it wasn't easy selling cards like it is now.
no.
Well, yeah, no, because like those were big. Those were big.
Those are big. I couldn't afford those back then. There's no way. That's why I had to help you. I was like, I can't buy these. It's I really couldn't. I mean, I'm being serious.
Well,
I-
and big being like $500, like
Yeah.
$400, like
Couldn't afford it.
that was big. And well, actually, that was huge. Actually, yeah, I wish I still had that quad auto because I probably could have made a small fortune on it.
I think we all wish we had things we used to have. Let's be honest. So
Yeah.
Not
yeah, I guess.
not completely, because like that was pretty much the biggest card I ever had, really. But that's the one that I would love to have had back.
I think when it comes to football, for me, I bought it off Cumsey for like 150 or maybe 190 bucks. PSA 10, Jim Mint, Reggie White platinum medallion from Ultra out of 99.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I bought that card for under 200 bucks. I think I sold it for like 300 or 400. Now it's worth at least 10 times that.
Yeah, that's before anybody really knew what those cards were.
And crazy condition sensitive.
Oh, 100%.
And it was a 10. I'm sure it's a pop one.
I would think, yeah. I would 100% think it's a pop one for that. So
And what people pay for that stuff nowadays is wild.
Yep. All right, we initially said an hour and a half. We're now over 2 hours. We're now over 2 hours. Any final questions for our good friend Ryan there, Dave? Or do we want to wrap it up for the evening?
What do your kids got for sports this summer? What, are they in anything?
yeah, so my daughter is in 2 soccer teams, and she also does gymnastics. And then my boys are playing baseball, both of them. So, but baseball, those should be coming to an end kind of here in the next month or so, because summertime it just gets too hot. And Parker's not like playing select ball or like top, he's just kid playing ball with buddies. So, but yeah, right now we're in the thick of it. Like there was a stretch there. I think we had like 13 days we had something to go to for sports. And then obviously when the rain comes, I'm in a great mood because when sports get rained out, I'm like, yes, I got a night coming home and not having to go anywhere. Like tonight I had Panini sent the World Cup tour truck to our
Yeah,
shop
we saw
today.
that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So my wife brought my 3 kids there for like 30 minutes. But she had to take Parker to his baseball game because we'll rotate because, like, it's just not fun for my other 2 kids to go watch them play. They're going to want to run around. Then one of us has to go take them to the park to watch them while they're – so it's just, like, pointless. So I was like, you take Parker to the game so you can relax. So then she leaves me the other 2. And then I'm like, well, want to go to dinner. So we went to dinner with our neighbors that were there with their 2 kids. They came up to hang out. So we at least got to go to dinner tonight and hang out because got out of sports. Tomorrow we've got to pick up from gymnastics. But yeah, it's coming down. It's slowing down a little bit, but then now we get into vacation. We're doing a vacation in 2 weeks from this Friday for 5 days. Then we're going to go up to Josh has opened his new store, Dave. I don't know if you saw that. In Minnesota, he built a shop, and he's having his big grand opening in the middle of June. So we're going to go up there for it. So they already opened the new location. He built a building, freestanding, like right up the highway, right by a Target or whatever. It's insane. And it's brand new, everything. So we're gonna go out there for the big grand opening for the weekend with the kids. So I don't know if you're gonna if you can make a trip or not.
That went pretty quick. I remember seeing the like groundbreaking video.
Yeah, it's done.
Wow,
they're open.
Monticello over that way.
Monticello. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna go out there, and then I can't keep up, man. I got a calendar here, and it's like a Christmas tree and lights that my wife puts all her stuff in there. And it's like every day I have to check, like, what do I have today? Like, what's going on tonight? And then obviously links my podcast, my Zoom calls, whatever I have on there. If I got to go do something. And I like it's very rare for a day to just be blank and not have something on it for something. So that's the life I'm in now. That's it for a nutshell. I mean, I'm go from sun up to sun way down.
Well, that's why we always appreciate you making the time because we know how busy you are. So
yeah, so I mean, But
No,
again,
you're
I
good.
wanted to come. I thought it'd be better to come on tonight because the last few times I've done it before my kids get to bed. It's not. I can't really just. It's. I gotta attend to them and stuff. So I wanted to come on. Plus, lately I've been pushing till like 11 o'clock, staying up till 11, watching a movie or two. And I'm paying for it. I'm really tired in the morning, but now we're to the point where I can sleep in an extra 15, 30 minutes because we're almost out of school. So I'm
Right.
kind of pivoting that way. I'm like, so I kind of transition. I stay up a little later, so I get an extra 30 minutes. But then when they go back to school, it's like, oh God, I got to like transition back the other way. So
Yep. I don't miss those. I don't miss those moments.
I'm just trying to survive every day, Steve. So I feel like
I been there, done that.
it's
So
survival.
So I feel you. I feel you. The only difference, again, like one less kid, but still, I feel you. I know what
Still.
it was like.
Still, yeah. I mean, it's still. Mike, are you going to go to Chase's show in the end of June?
I will be. I saw it was June 27th. The 26th and 27th, I'm going to be in Wichita.
Okay.
My wife and I have a vacation planned. So
Good. Okay. Well, enjoy your vacation, man.
well, thank you.
The
And
last one, hopefully.
We're going to Tanganyika Wildlife Park. That place is. We went last year, but we went in November in the winter season.
Okay.
And it was awesome, but we're really looking forward to it here.
To where you
in the
can go
summer.
enjoy it more. Good. Hope you have a good trip. Dave, you got anywhere you're planning on going? Summer?
Softball.
Sports? Softball. I was going to say softball.
Then we camp Tristan and I camp at the end of August up on the Lake Superior for about 8 days, where basically you come out of the tent and you take 3 steps and there's Lake Superior. So
Oh, that's beautiful.
get away from people, get away from noise, just much needed decompression after a summer.
I can imagine.
There's a
get it,
card
man.
show nearby me. It's about an hour and change away. I think this Saturday, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to go there and see pelican cases and the downtown's kabooms of people. I'm gonna have enough reasons to
Thanks,
complain.
Mike. Appreciate it.
That one was for you.
That was
Definitely
great.
wasn't the wife that just got
He's
home.
talking, I'm looking, I'm like, what's Michael doing? Yeah, it was great. So I'll tell you what. I'll tell you this, Dave and Michael and Steve. If you can ever, I know you guys don't really. The Nationals kind of like insanely crazy now. I will tell you this, and Steve, you didn't step foot on last night. If you can ever get down to the Dallas Card Show, that is the best show to go look at great cards and just see incredible cards and actually like, yeah, you're gonna see the downtown and Gaboons, but you're gonna see like LeBron exquisites in the room. That's what I saw last time. 2 Brady gold rookies to 99 Bowman in the. It's just like you just see cards like, what the hell? So I mean, I know there's just cool stuff there, man. So if you can ever make it, I highly advise it. It's really that good of a show, and it's one I highly suggest to people to at least go at some point.
I've made that suggestion that instead of going to National, we make a trip to one of the Dallas shows because it's what 3 or 4 times a year. Or
No,
it's every
it's every 2 months. I will tell you this. The best one to go to is January, and the reason why January is the best is because everybody that's north is ready to get the hell out of the north because it's cold and miserable, especially like way up where Dave is. But even Missouri, how winters can be. So that one gets the.
Guess what? You can come here and it could be just as fucking cold.
It could, but it could. Yeah, but that's the one I think is the best one to hit. And I just went to the one, like I said, this past weekend. Another great one, but the next one will not be as good because it's going up against Burbank and Fanatics Fest all the same weekend.
Wow.
So I would think Dallas is going to suffer the most out of it. But it's every 2 months. But the only problem is I can't hit March because it's always the same weekend. Chicago, November is too crazy for me. I'm going to try to go back in September. So I used to only go once a year in January. And now I've added May, and I'm going to try to go back in September. It's just so good. But it's just not about the cards. Man, the people, like just so many people I get to see that, I can go to dinner with, I can hang out with, I can have a drink with, I can talk to. when I'm doing the national, I can't walk around. I can't.
Right.
I go to the bathroom and that's it. I don't even get to eat every day. So, because that's just what it is now. So for me, it's my way of walking the national without walking the national, and it's helps me get cards for the national. So, just a suggestion.
How much of fluff is there? Like again, I know it's not like a Fanatics Fest where that's basically just like laser lights, smoke shows, and then like guests and
It's
all
not
that.
really, man. It's really not. It's primarily vendors with cards. I would say 98%. No joke. Like you'll have like Golden will be there occasionally. You have like PSA and BGS that are doing submissions, but really it's not. It's a traditional card show, man. It is amazing. It really
Yeah.
is.
And I saw Grant Slayton. He posted videos from down there, and it looked like it's not an overly massive, giant show. It just looked really clean, organized. It looked like a good show.
Yeah, they've got it down to a science. They do it every 2 months, and they've got everybody grandfathered in essentially. But then man, every time I go down there, John Yates is like a kid in a candy store. Like I literally lose him so many times walking with him. I just turn around and he's gone. And he had such a great time. It was like vintage John, like getting back to the room and he was like so excited. He's like sitting on his bed Indian style, getting his cards out. He's like, okay, here's what I got. Look at these cards. And I'm like, yes. I was like, you're like a child, man. He's like, I'm so happy. I love cards. And John's one of my favorite people, man. He's great. But no, he loved it. He actually brought a good amount. Like he brought it within what he wanted to spend. And he came very close to having to go in my black book, and I was very eager to try to get him to spend and go in there to make it because he could just pay me off when he gets back, but just to mess with him, And but he did really well, and he was very pleased. So I brought a little box with me too, a trade box, and it was like a little white graded ones like this big, and it was almost full. I would say about 80%. I traded everything out of there except 3 cards. One of the cards I didn't show anybody, which is a Brady Bowman Crow PSA 9, because I'm like, well, I'm going to hold this. I'm going to. Unless somebody has something I really want. So I held that. And then the other one was like one of the Michael J. Fox Back to the Future quad autos from Leaf, which I brought for Matt Kennedy, the Griffey guy, but he just didn't have enough of what I wanted this time. We've been doing trades a lot more lately than once a year. And the other one was a pretty cool Jordan insert 9.5, like the molten metal. But it's just hard to get a 9.5. PSA 10s are like 10K, but the 9.5 is 3K, 4K, 5K, 6K. You don't really know. There's no comp. So, but everything else I brought, I didn't sell anything. I traded. Was able to trade. I love doing that. I love going down there. I'm like, put together a little trade box, go back to my grassroots. Feels great because like we get to go on. I get to walk around, and if I want to take an hour break, go take an hour break. If I want to go to lunch, take lunch. I don't have to be behind a table. It's just old school way of doing cards, and it's fun to me. So even that, like you said, humble. I try to stay humble and doing little things like that. It's just fun to me. Like that's. I mean, I've been bringing like $400 cards to trade. I'm like, I brought some bigger ones, but I actually brought a Chuck Norris auto that I knew Candidate would want. It was one of those fans of the game, PSA graded Dallas Cowboys, $300 card. Put in my box. Candidate was like, this is great. I want this card. I'm like, sure, trade me these wrestling cards, and I'm happy. So it's just old school way. But yeah, I would say if you can make it now, real quick, because then we're gonna wrap up. Chase was telling me, Michael, that because this show has outgrown so much, even after the first show there, I think next year they're going to have to move venue again. I think they're actually I think he was telling me again. This isn't public knowledge, but this isn't going to go anywhere. But I think the Mizzou campus reached out to him about putting on a massive show on campus, like at their big. Great. Yeah, and again, I don't know where it's going to go, but he said that the current place he's at, just the last show, you couldn't even move.
You couldn't. It was not enjoyable with the number.
I had to leave with Blake there, my youngest. I was like, I couldn't stay. I was like, I have to go. Like, this is terrible. It wasn't Chase's fault. It was amazing to see, but you couldn't even walk down aisles. You couldn't even look into a table. It was insane, but it was cool to see. But it was like, I'm out. Like, this isn't for me.
I was taking routes like 3 rows over so I could get to a table that was over here. Because nobody would move.
No, nobody would move. So, but again,
no courtesy.
Amazing to see it shows, but yeah. So Chase was telling me that they're already outgrown that, and that's just wild because that was one show. So this next one, I'm going to be a little more aggressive. I think I'm taking both my boys with me on this one. So, and I don't have John to help out, so it's me and my boys. So this will be a treat. So we'll survive. It's just hard because I got to work too. So it's like I'm trying to have a good time with them, but it's like I have to do a little bit of work. Playing with cards, if you want to call it work or not, but I call it work. It's daddy's work, guys. Stays work. So, but no, it's fun, man. Thanks again for having me on today, guys. Tonight, whatever it is, I appreciate it as always. It was great fun, and appreciate the opportunity to talk about it. And I appreciate you guys as being three guys you guys are.
Well, we appreciate you
for taking your time out of your busy schedule to hang out with us three jabronis. So,
I'll always make time for you guys. I'm sure I'll be back in. Let me see here. Oh, I gotta look at my calendar here.
Couple months.
Yeah, a couple months. Well, roughly, probably about almost 2 months to the T. Because I leave the 27th for the national. The week before is the 22nd. Almost 2 months to the dot. Then I'll be back on talking about the national. I'm sure. So,
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah, go ahead and jot it down now, Ryan.
Yeah.
So nothing else,
Oh, Dave will remind me. Don't worry. Dave's great. Dave literally reminds me whenever I'm on this. He makes sure in my head. I actually, what I do so I don't forget, whenever he sends my link the day of, I actually instantly go on my phone, set an alarm for tonight was 9:00, even though I knew it was coming on. But my alarm was going off at 9, and my daughter is about to get to bed. She's like, "What is that noise? Why is your phone going off?" And I was like, "Oh, it just triggered something." Because if I tell her I'm coming down here, she's going to want to come down. So that's why I came a little later. I got the kids to bed. I laid in bed for 20 minutes and made sure they went to bed this time. So I could hang out for you guys for an hour and a half almost. So, but Michael, by the way, your new thing now, whenever you in the show, is you have to go like this.
Yeah.
Every time. That's the way you're going to have to end the show, man. Every time. To everybody. To help them. So it was great.
Yes.
Yeah, I was that a temporary slip up there, Michael, and not go off camera briefly?
No, I knew
He
what I was
muted it
doing.
at least.
I knew what I was doing. I just figured everybody was paying attention to Ryan talking.
No, we all
Ryan
saw it. We all saw it.
It was like that. It was great. It was great.
Well, because normally,
I have no shame.
Well, she's not home yet. Normally, we're wrapping up in after hours, or wrapping up in after hours, and she isn't home yet. Because usually he mentions when she gets home.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So,
by the way, I know you commented on the Stuart Scott. I'm sending it to PSA, but when it comes back, I'll let you know if you're interested.
Okay.
The Generano. I know you commented, so I didn't want you. I have one in my collection. It's a PSA 10. So nice. I just want to get this graded just to see what will come back. And then, because I paid kind of strong on it. So it was hopefully I can at least get a 9 out of it. So, but when it comes back, I'll let you know before I do anything with it, because I know you're a big Ginner guy if you really want it. So, yeah. All right. I see you. I see you.
Yep. He sees it.
Those Pujols Elite rookies.
Those were cool.
Those were awesome.
And again, I ooh and ah, and when I saw those, I said, "Oh, that."
So the auto one was in these every time I go to Dallas, man, there's always somebody new I get to meet that I deal with, and these just random two guys, probably in their 50s, and they were just two buddies hanging out and drinking beer, sitting up the case. Just had some cool 2000s, 90s, kind of the cool stuff. And they had a couple of the newer stuff, and I just started talking to them. I was just grabbed my attention. I think there was, I'm trying to remember some of the stuff that was in it, but just stuff that any of us would saw, but oh, that's awesome. And we talked, and you could just tell they're old school card guys, and they had just a little table cases, and saw the Pujols, and I started shooting the shit with them. And he was a little high on it first, but I was like, I'm going to try. This is going to be awesome to bring this card back. I fucking love Pujols. Mm-hmm. And we ended up agreeing on a number, and it was great. He's an old school guy, and he was like, we agreed on a number, and he's like, I was like, how about we meet in the middle? He's like, give me an extra $25 so I feel like I won. I said, you got me. Extra $25. And then we started talking. I said, I really love your guys' cases. You have some cool things. We love this, man. Screen goes, we don't like those downtown cabooses. We just know we got to carry that shit. There's those people dying. But we like this stuff. We don't care to sell these. These are my kind of guys. These guys are great. So I was able to buy that. And then John, that gold rookie, he bought that at the last gas show, the show that's getting put on this weekend in October here in St. Charles, from these kids. And he paid at the time was a pretty good number. But since then, there has not been a sale, one of these gold ones for him in a while. But his elite rookie keeps going up. The number to 1,000 has trended up, where the each road 51s have been going off crazy numbers, but his elite rookies to 1,000 are down here and posted here. So his reasoning is that this should be worth way more, and I agree with him. But luckily, I've been trying to get it from forever, little CSer. I picked up what card you didn't see because I didn't get one of the first cards I bought on Thursday, I think it was. Where there was a Barry Larkin 2020. Here, I'll actually show you. It'd be easier. And I wanted to come back to this one because this thing is beautiful. But did I lose him?
No, I made
no,
you
we
big.
made you big.
Yeah, I made you
Oh,
big.
good God. You
You
got to
made you
remember
big.
it's a black screen. It's literally a black screen, so I can't see anything. Let me find it because
You've been doing fantastic.
Yeah.
here we go. I'm
But
trying to find
since
it.
I know you're gonna share something, I was able to
Look at that old school Barry Larkin Dynasty
Oh,
PSA
wow.
9. So
wow.
I paid $2,000, and I thought that was a really good price. And Larkin's doesn't, has rare stuff, but he doesn't go for what he should. And John's obsessed with PSA holders. I really need that Larkin. I said, okay, I want to make some money on it because I think I did good. I think I'm going to put out for this, blah, blah, blah. And what about the Pujols? And I was like, you know what? You're into this Pujols better than I'm into this card. You've been lugging this thing around. It's time. You're going to do straight up. I was like, I'm not giving you a time. He did it because we're friends. But I don't know what I'm going to do with either of them. I have some very sneaky cool Pujols rookies that I just keep throwing in a box because, him and Bonds are the two greatest baseball players I ever get to watch play. So those are my two favorite, outside of Kenny Vaulton and Tony Gwynn, those are my two favorite baseball players of all time for what they were. Different types of players, not Bonds and Bills similar. They are two different. So, but yeah, those were cool. So again, I like to go down there and I just like doing old school things, man. Just picking up cool stuff, and I love cards. You guys know that. You all love cards too. That's why you have this show. You talk every week.
A little bit, yeah.
All right. No,
Well,
thank
thank you for coming on, man. It's always a blast. We love it. We love when you make time, and I know you usually say,
Always
"Oh,
for you.
talk too much." It's no, we know you talk too much, but that's what we want you on for, is to talk.
So
Correct.
we don't have to.
Yes.
That's the point.
It's like Ron or not Ron. It's like, what's his face? I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with my voice. I just keep going. It's like, what is it? Talladega
Bobby.
Nights. Ricky Bobby. That's it. I said Ron Burgundy. Same actor, but I'm tired.
You want to feel real bad?
Yeah.
This month is the 25th anniversary of that movie.
Oh my gosh.
Is it really?
Wait,
Either
what?
the 20th or 25th. Yeah.
20th.
Anchorman?
Maybe it was the 20th.
No, it's past 20. Hang on. No, maybe. No, Anchorman came out.
It was 05, 06, all that stuff all dropped, and I think that same sort of 3-year time frame, Super Bad, Step Brothers.
It's 20 years. It's
20 years.
Yep.
So it came out
2000
in 06.
Yep, 2006.
Wow. That's crazy. I'm getting old. We're all getting old.
I saw it in the theater.
I think I did too, actually. I can't remember. I think I did too.
Ryan, if you're getting old, then I must be getting ancient because I'm the oldest person on the screen here.
You are.
You are, but I got a lot of gray these days, buddy. At least you trim that up. I don't. I got this gray here. My wife's been giving me shit the other day. She knows. She's like, man,
I got plenty.
I got him. And I looked at her. She gave me a hard time. I said, well, you know what? I wouldn't be there without you and your daughter to give it to me. So, yeah, gray hairs.
Kids will do it. Kids will do it.
Lately.
Kids and my wife, but they take it out of me. So, all right, boys, I got to get up early and poop back into bed. So, thank you again for having me on. It's always a pleasure, always a great time, and I'll see you back in couple months, and I'm sure I'll talk to you guys in between then. So,
Absolutely.
Well, sounds good, Ron.
Sounds
Good
good.
to see you,
all right,
man.
guys. Take care.
Take it easy.
Yep, man.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, wrap us up
Well,
because now we're at 2.5.
thank you to all 100 of you that watched during the live. The curious onlookers. Yeah, next week, Tuesday. Again, depending. I think the season ends tomorrow. That's just. it's been brutal to watch. So. We play a 2 Silver Bay again. If we somehow win that, we got to play the loser of the 2 versus 3 seed after that. And we don't have the people it's the senior slide. It's the team slide. Everybody's just like done. So if we do win, it's the 26th, which I think is next either Tuesday or Wednesday.
It's Tuesday.
It would be Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, because the holiday is 25th.
So stay tuned. I don't know. Hopefully I'll get the placeholder out quicker so to give you guys all the hobby news you want to hear. So with that being said, thank you again to Ryan for coming on. Always enjoy his time, his insight, his stories. So with that, it's Michael. That's Steve.
Yeah, I know, changed it a little bit.
I'm Dave. Been the IRP. Remember, collecting cards, it's a wonderful hobby. What really counts is the friendships you forge along the way. Be safe this weekend and eat a lot of grilled food.
Yes.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Good
everybody.
night.